Hello, my Sagittarians. Welcome to your Pick a Turkey reading, where we're going to be focusing on what can we grow through gratitude. And you're going to have a choice between 3 turkeys. The first one is going to be this fancy artistic turkey. The second one is like this cartoon-like turkey. And then the third one is this black and white turkey. If you chose like number 2 or number 3, I'm going to put the timestamps in the description box below so you can jump to that directly if you want. And you can, of course, choose as many of these turkeys as you want to look at. So we're going to go ahead and jump into video number 1 right now. And like I said, if you want to jump to 2 or 3, just go ahead and jump to that now. All right, my Sagittarians, if you chose turkey number 1, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Wild Unknown archetype. And this is just going to represent what the Creator wants you to know about gratitude or what you can be grateful for. And then we will look into what you can grow in your life through this gratitude. All right, Creator, for our Sagittarians that chose turkey number 1, what would you like them to know about gratitude or what they can be grateful for? Okay, this is the one right here. And you've got the threshold. Like you're standing at the threshold, ready to step into something new. So it's like something is ending, something is about to begin. Like it has this full card energy, like of the tarot, because we're getting ready to step off into a new adventure. So I love this for you, and we'll put that here. And let's see what energy comes with this here. Very good. So this is the door, the gate, the initiation. And it says we cross thresholds continually, consciously and unconsciously. Doorways, gates, and entryways grace our path on a daily basis. And when this card arises, it signifies that the precipice you stand upon is not your typical one, however. You've arrived at a threshold of initiation, here to usher you into a new reality. It requires you to leave behind the you that you thought was so well formed. A new frontier calls. And this is not easy work. Threshold initiation means a part of you will be lost in order to make space for what is next. A metaphorical death must occur, and some may not recognize you. You may struggle to recognize yourself. So the ground seems to crumble as you free fall into your new reality. This is the liminal realm. One step, dear friend, just take that one necessary step forward toward the future that calls you. I love it. And it says crossing the threshold may not always be voluntary. Sometimes we're thrown across the boundary through circumstances far beyond our control. Either way, we cannot go back. And that is like the tower energy of, the major arcana of tarot is when things are removed in our life for us. It doesn't happen to us, it happens for us so we can move into that direction that we are so drawn to that we may have been resisting it. It's kind of like, you're in a bad relationship, an unhealthy one, a toxic one, whether it's with a person or a job or a home or vehicle or whatever it might be. And sometimes it takes this, like it said, the ground crumbling beneath us to have us move on to what we really know is the best thing for us, but we didn't want to be the one to make the decision. So it's made for us instead. It says in Hindu mythology, Ganesh is the ultimate gatekeeper. So look to the great elephant god for support. And I'm going to murder these names. I know it's Hecate, Hecate, Janus, Janus, and Menshen, Menshen, are also watching over you. So if you want to look into those individuals, those deities, definitely look into those and see what additional messages there are for you. When you're in the light of this energy, you have growth, you have individuation, you ease in the liminal. When you're in the darker side of this energy, you're resistant, you're refusing to grow, you have barriers, and there's these boundaries keeping you suppressed. And to go deeper into this energy, it mentions lie on the floor and listen to Bob Dylan's Standing in the Doorway is the song. So I love this. Well, definitely, it's a clear message here. And what you can be grateful for is for this change happening in your life. And it either just happened to you, like I'm hearing like within the last 1 to 3 months specifically, or it's about to happen to you within the next month. And when these things happen where you feel something is being removed out of your life, know that it was happening for you and it's not happening to you. One of the messages with the tower energy is also that if you get quiet and you raise your vibration to a higher level, instead of being in the lower vibration and noise of fear, if you raise your vibration and focus on unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and get into that quiet place where you could hear from the spirit, hear from the other side, hear from the creator, your loved ones, your angels, your guides, whatever, these beings of unconditional love and light you believe in. You can hear them counting down to the removal of things. And you can, on the tower card, some of them will show someone leaping out of the tower and someone being blasted out of the tower by lightning as the tower crumbles, right? If you listen to spirit, you can hear that countdown before the lightning bolt strikes, and you can make the change before that. So it doesn't have to happen for you. You can do that and remove the thing that you know is going to be removed. And you can do it earlier at your own well, instead of at your higher well, which your lower self may not be aware of all the stuff that's been planned for you in this lifetime. But your higher self always does. So if you connect up that level, you're going to hear and have all that information, and it doesn't have to be like this removal for you instead. All right. So gratitude for this removal and for the making of space for this new growth, for this new blessings, this new adventures coming into your life. And we're going to create a turkey with cards. It's going to look like a turkey to me. It may not look like a turkey to you, but this is going to be the body of the turkey. And these crystal medicine oracle, these are going to be the head of the turkey. And I know they're almost the same size, but just think of it as like the turkey head is closer to you and the body is further away. So it's a perspective thing. They're really the right size in the reality, but this is the perspective, right? All right, actually, I'm going to say this is your card even before I shuffle. So you have got well, there you go. Moving forward. So you have the element of air you have air medicine, and then you also have this seraphinite, I guess is how you say that, is the crystal that's involved in it. And 19, which that breaks down, 9 plus 1 is 10. 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. So this is endings and new beginnings moving forward. So there's just a slight message here of taking that step and moving forward, isn't there? I love clear messages. I do not do subtle well. So the creator knows, like in my life, they get on a bullhorn and go, hey, and I'm like, oh, what? See all these things? Oh, yeah. So I love this for you. So moving forward, it says you've pulled this card today as a confirmation that it's a time of moving forward. In life, we move through certain cycles that call upon a range of different energies and aspects. So you're currently in a phase of action and moving forward. When we can align and tune in to these powerful energies that are available to us, we receive a depth of knowing, clarity, and confirmation on what action to take in life. So like I was talking about, definitely if you don't know what direction to go, connect to the higher realm. They'll give you that high point picture view outside of space and time and give you all the knowledge you need. It says, have you been confused about moving on from something in your life, such as a relationship or a job in which you're unhappy? I think I just talked about that. Are you feeling stuck and praying for a sign of what to do? Have you asked for confirmation on making a decision? Well, this energy has come through as a sign it's time to move forward and don't look back. It's an important time of action. The universe is supporting you to let go and move out of the old way to make way for the new. The old path is now dissolved and new doors have opened. Do what it takes to make this change in your life and know that this is your soul guiding you along your path. So perfect. And then the air medicine. Air is one of the most important elements, of course, for our survival on this planet. We can live without food and water for short periods of time, but we cannot live without the breath. We have a deep relationship to the element of air and constantly invite the sacred breath inside of us to keep us alive. Air brings life, and life creates breath. The presence of air brings with it many different properties. It's a symbol of change and new beginnings. And when winds come blowing through, it renews and refreshes the old stale vibration. The air also moves seeds from one place to another, allowing for rebirth and new creation. Soft, gentle winds bring a cool breeze on a warm day, while the other extreme, gale force winds, can destroy all in their path, making way for the new. Air is also the symbol of the mind, evoking the imagination, dance, and movement. So I love that example too, with the soft, gentle winds can bring this change, and so you can go with the flow and make those changes as you hear spirit saying, hey, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or the gale force wind can come through and remove it for you to make room for the new. And I have been, in both. I love in my life learning the hard lessons, the hard way. Those are the ones that I remember the most, it seems. So there's no judgment if that happens, because we all been there, and that seems to be the human condition, at least earlier in our lives, right? We like to learn on our own, learn our hard way, go through it ourselves. Later in life, we like to look over there and go, oh, I've learned the lesson with that person going through it. All right. So the Seraphinite, I think I probably mispronounced that, but you see how it's spelled. That crystal assists in letting go of the past and moving forward. And it helps you open to new opportunities and also in making new choices. So if you you don't have to buy the crystal for it to assist you either. I've just been mentioning, if you go onto a website or you go into a search engine and search for that, even just seeing the picture and investigating and looking into the crystal, seeing what resonates with you, brings in that energy to help you as well. You don't have to purchase one unless you feel so guided to and want to do that. That's up to you. All right. Well, we're going to pull some cards here from this Everyday Tarot. And this is just going to be more clarity on this threshold, this what you can be grateful for with this change happening and how you can grow through it. And these are going to be the feathers on the body of the turkey card, the card turkey that we're creating here. So created for our Sagittarians that chose turkey number 1. What else would you like them to know? Okay, about growth and gratitude. Nope, none of those. Okay, so you go to that one, and that one, and that one, and then want that one, as well as an extra bonus. So we will put that there. Yep, and you got, so for the Ace of Pentacles. So Pentacles is the outside world, the physical, out of the 4 suits. It's the only one that's about the outside. Swords are about your thoughts and your mind, and your cups are your emotions, and wands is about your spark, and all that's the internal. This is the only external. And this shows you that you're being offered these new opportunities that are coming in, this new beginning. So definitely new things coming in the outside world, which is everything we've talked about already. And then here you have the King of Swords. And this is beautiful for this, especially since it's an air element, and this is the air the air medicine was mentioned here. So swords, like I said, are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. And the king being at the very end of it, he has experienced so much about beliefs and expectations. He holds the Ace of Swords, which is what brings the capital T truths and allows you to see those over the small t truths. So this threshold, you're leaving old thoughts and old ways of believing behind as you move into these new ones. See, he has his hand extended, which means he's open-minded and he's able to receive new information, new ways of doing things, where you might have had a very narrow mindset before of how things could unfold or how things have to happen. It has to happen this way. As you open your mind and you allow yourself to let those old restrictions and limiting beliefs go, you're able to receive a bigger picture. He also sits upon this cup throne, which is emotions, right? And so he's learned, of course, that it's important to not just make decisions based on the logical thing to do and the facts and everything that I see with my eyes, but also to trust your intuition. It's this balancing that comes in to where, trust your gut, connect to the higher realms, take that information along with all your, worldly knowledge and just kind of marry those together, and you'll see these opportunities and these possibilities also open up for you. Yeah, and here you go, some more swords. I like this because this is peace of mind. So, this is definitely, it's like balancing is important, and getting out of being so far in your mind is an important piece. Because these three of swords here, this is like, for me, it's the expectations card. It usually has a heart with three swords stuck into it. So it's all those expectations that have disappointed, all those should be, need to, have to, supposed to be. Those are the things that drive us crazy, the things that make us bring all our anxiety and our fears. What if those things don't happen? What do they mean about me? But what's beautiful is that, again, you have the Ace of Swords here, that the king has in his hand. And that's your ability to cut away those expectations and those small t truths, because this brings your capital T truths, which is what puts our mind at ease. Because we realize that when we question a belief like, I have to do this in order to get income. Well, not necessarily. There's a variety of ways that are out there to, make income, or, this is the type of relationship I'm supposed to be in. Well, are you, questioning where did that belief come from? And is that really what I want? Or is it just, I'm doing it out of fear. If I don't do what everyone else wants me to do, I'm going to feel less or rejected. It's really digging into those truths. So I feel like here you go, you got the Five of Pentacles. And so this belief that you're alone, this belief in lack, and that you have this emptiness in your life. It seems to be like this is one of the huge truths that you want to take a look at here. It's beautiful, though, because even though we feel lost and we feel alone and we feel like we're out in the cold, you can see here, like, this is like a stained glass window, which represents spirit, and you can see the universe is actually covering her and protecting her. And so even though you don't realize it, you are cared for. And it's a beautiful message, to look more deeply into that belief. For me, one of the big messages that comes with that card whenever I get it is that when I think that my abundance comes from the outside world, when I think my definition comes from the outside world, I feel unstable, I feel limited, I feel powerless, I feel lack, I feel like there's so much missing in my life, and that I'm missing something in my life, that I'm not whole and complete. But when I realize the Creator is the one who brings me everything I need in my life, and they are, of course, limitless, and they have endless resources and abundance, that earth and the people upon it are just the middlemen, the shipping company that brings it to me, but it comes from the Creator. Same thing with my worth. When I realize the Creator is the one who determines my worth and that they love me unconditionally, they think I'm priceless, then I feel whole and complete and abundant, right? And so that's like this truth that you can get to in this transformation that you can make with that here. Yeah. Because here's our shadow. Don't freak out. It's, this is the shadow. This is just our human side of ourself. But we don't have to destroy our shadow. Our shadow brings to us those things that are binding us. You can see, it's a very loose grip that they have, and these are very loose around their necks. And the shadow tells us, it's like this. It's like Dr. Evil in Austin Powers, if you've ever watched it, or any kind of the spy movies where they're like the hero of the movie gets captured and by the evil person trying to take over the world, and they're like, this is what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it, and here's my plans. Well, you're going to die anyway, but they escape and then they foil the plans. This is like the attitude that comes with this. It's like, here's what's limiting your life. These are the beliefs that are making you feel powerless. I'm just letting you know. And it's like, oh, thank you. And our shadow is actually a part of us, and they're here to help us on our journey, help us experience all the opposites of who we really are, to take us on. They're like our tour guide in this amusement park of fear rides that we've come to experience, and so it takes us on our tour. So everything that it brings, again, it brings it to happen for us, not to us. And so we can embrace our shadow side, our human side, and just realize that, we don't have to destroy our shadow. It actually is a piece of us. You don't cut off your left hand. Your left hand is helping you, right? So I love that the messages are coming, and it seems that our shadow, it does not bring the messages subtly. Like I was talking about before with the bullhorn, they will bring the situation up that is limiting you, that is making you feel small, right? That thing that you feel bound by. And the way that it happens in my life is like I'll either have 5 different people come to me and talk to me about the same thing going on in their life in a short period of time, where I'm like, oh, I see, or I'm interacting, with 5 different people in a certain way, and I'm like, oh, I see, so it's very obvious messages that it brings. So just keep an eye out for that, because it's going to be very, very obvious for you. And then your bonus card here is the King of Cups, and I'm going to put that down here as the little dangly thing that hangs from a turkey's neck. And this is beautiful because, like I talked about the King of Swords, this is the King of Cups, which is the emotions, and it's the same message as this, about balancing your emotions with your thinking. It's this balance between heart and head. And it's important, the King of Cups also, it's, even though it's the divine masculine, they definitely do still connect to the other side. And so making a conscious effort to spend half the time that you do in your mind, and then invest that other half of time in connecting to your spiritual side, to your inner self, to your higher self, to the Creator and all those beings of unconditional love and light. On the other side. All right. And then we're going to pull 2 cards here from the Sacred Creator's Oracle, and these are going to be the beak for the turkey. This will be your final message for this reading here. Just see what else the Creator wants you to know about this gratitude and growth, this ending and new beginning that's coming in. All right, Creator. So for those Sagittarians that chose turkey number 1, what's your final message for this reading for them? Whoa. You get everything. You got the entire deck. We're going to be here a while. All right, there's one here. Okay, you actually get 3, which I only had one other reading that had this, so you get a little bonus. So, yep, overrate your intuition. Third eye, so definitely what we're talking about with there, that's card number 2. And then you've got the sacred flow of yes. And that's card number 30. So, and then we'll save this one for a moment here. So yeah, definitely this is all about yes, move forward, step forward. And of course, your intuition we just talked about, it's important for you to connect there. So it says, yeah, overrate your intuition every single time. This cheeky crystal ball is winking at you, babe. It's saying, you already know this answer. Quiet your mind and listen for the nudges of your soul. It is speaking to you, and it's time to pay attention to your gut reactions, your hunches, and your best guesses. When you tune in to the language of metaphor and dreams, you will notice the subtle signs that are continuously directing you, and your unconscious mind has some potential messages for you right now. If you run into an old friend or make a serendipitous connection with someone, it is meant to be noticed. If something feels untrue, it is meant to be noticed. There are no coincidences at the moment, and your intuition is a powerful tool that is becoming even stronger. Bask in the knowledge that whatever you do next will be exactly right for you, as long as you check in with your heart and decide what feels good and what feels off. If something feels right, you won't be disappointed by the experience that it provides. I love it. Everything I've talked about. Very huge confirmation. These do have questions that come with it, which are awesome. They help you get to the bottom of things. These are, what are your personal indications that your intuition is speaking to you? Where do you feel it in your body? What does a yes feel like? What does a no feel like? Can you think of a time that you chose not to trust your intuition and learned how powerful it actually was as a result? So I love that. Definitely get in tune with your intuition and trust it. And then the sacred flow of yes, card number 30. We'll put that right there. This one, have you ever noticed how happy, optimistic people, have you ever noticed how happy, optimistic people have all the luck? And how the haves keep winning at bingo while the have-nots just keep encountering barrier after unfortunate barrier on their path? Like it talked about, the barriers. Like a stream of helpful energy, the sacred flow of yes is being where you're meant to be. When you're on the right wave, you are on it. You are so completely enveloped in your right vibe that it practically whooshes everything you need right into your lap. Like the winds. We talked about those gale-force winds. The winds bring things into your lap. It brings a whole lot of easy flow. Yes to a new contract. Yes to a better price. Yes to a dinner date. It's time to act like water and flow around any problems you may be experiencing. You may be forcing your way upstream right now and stubbornly pushing into a dam that's meant to guide you toward a more prosperous path. Right? Since I know you're not a salmon, there's no need to be swimming into headwaters right now. Instead, flow around the gates of not yet by finding the path of least resistance. The sacred flow of yes is like a river. So remember that rocks are only put in your way as markers meant to nudge you towards your simplest solution, not as challenges meant to be dominated or controlled. So, yeah, definitely the same message over and over again here, and I'm loving it because you definitely deserve these clear messages. The questions for this one is there something you're being stubborn about? What are you forcing instead of going around? What new skills could you acquire to help you level up and get above those barriers? Are you seeing challenges in life as failures when they're really just lessons and guideposts? The universe has a big, sacred flow of yes for you. If you could let go of the one thing that would make it easier, what would it be? And then make the leap, right? And then the final feather we're going to put in here is, your soul on fire. Love it. That's card number 38. Just going to put that right in here. Fearlessly pursue that which sets your soul ablaze. Soul on fire is an exhilarating state. It's impulsive. It's catchy. It's one of the tunnel vision options that lie ahead of you that you absolutely cannot stop thinking about. It's passionately obsessive and thrilling, and it's always filled with warm spirals of escalating energy. What do you see when you look at your tomorrow? Does it reverberate excitement? Is there fire energy there? If there isn't, you may be running after empty substitutes for your dream, and it's time to find true zest for your journey. When you make the decision to expand your life this way, the shift can happen quickly. Souls ablaze are magnetic and have a way of making huge changes in short spurts. Extraordinary experiences are built from within ordinary, everyday lives. You have everything you need to find the spark of fascination for your journey. How could you expand your current reality so that it would be big enough to house your dream? Cut through the nonsense and the mad babble you've been using to market or describe yourself. Stop trying to dazzle with expert lingo or fancy systems. Drop the facade. Sell them passion, your fire, your dream. If you could bring more infectious enthusiasm to your goal and talk about it from a place of pure passion, what would you say? I love this. Yeah, definitely. This is this threshold. You're letting go of things that are holding you back. Really this living the dream that other people have wanted you to dream. And you're like, you have no passion about it. It's because it's not your dream, it's someone else's dream. If you don't have passion for what you think you want to do in your life, then rethink it. Cut it away, these things that no longer serve you. See those limiting beliefs, see those things that are holding you back, and then make that leap, move forward. Because, like it says, you have this huge flow of yes, yes, yes from the Creator, and they are going to support you all along that way. Right? So I love this for you. I'm going to leave the reading there. I just also want to let you know that in addition to these readings, I do monthly readings by each zodiac sign. Weekly, I do element for each of those zodiac signs, like fire signs, water signs, etc. I do new moon, full moon readings. So if you want to be, kept abreast of all that energy changes and that information that's coming in, if you haven't done so already, just click the subscribe button down below, and that's going to make this little bell icon pop up, and then just click on that, and then you're going to get notified of when those other readings come out. So easy breezy. All right. I'm going to go ahead and head off then, and just know that I love you dearly, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. Until then, you take care. All right, my Sagittarians, if you chose tricky number 2, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Wild Unknown archetype. And this is just going to represent what the Creator wants you to know about gratitude, or what you can be grateful for. And then we'll look at what you can grow through that gratitude. So, Creator, for our Sagittarians that chose tricky number 2, what do you want them to know about gratitude? What can they be grateful for? Okay, there we go. You got the Judge. Dun, dun, dun. All right, let's see what comes in with this card here, and we'll see what you can be thankful for. So this is the critic, the diplomat, the advocate is what this archetype represents. So the judge has an incredibly important job. They work every waking hour of every day, helping us discern what's safe, true, and just. And when this archetype remains unconscious or is captivated by fear, wise discernment turns into painful judgment of self and other. Ironically, the judge's energy can be the seed of racism, bigotry, and fear-mongering. This is the judge out of balance, building walls, separating from other. When this same discerning force is made conscious and healed, however, the judge may be found advocating for civil rights causes, standing up for the underdog, providing resources for those in need, and forgiving again and again. Love is the deciding factor. Awakening this archetype is essential for the complex times we are in. Get your judge in order. The world needs it. And there's this meme online of Judge Judy where she's like pointing at her watch going, it's time, it's time, it's time, it's time, it's time. And that's what popped into my head just now. This also says Gandhi had an incredibly illuminated inner judge. He was a lawyer. I did not know that. He practiced silence one day a week in order to hone his discernment while on his revolutionary path. Awesome. It also says the judge's energy is contagious. When we feel judged, walls go up all around. Similarly, when we feel accepted, the entire world softens. And that makes sense to it. And I'm getting these visions for you because I have this Star Trek, of all things, reference where whenever they were in orbit and their shields were down, if another ship arrived with their shields up, and if the Enterprise also raised their shields, then usually a battle ensued. But there were times where they chose to keep their shields down, and it made the attacking ships pause and communicate instead. So I love that example that they just gave. When you're in the light side of this energy, then you have discernment. You're an advocate. You take a right action, you have compassion. When you're in the darker side of the judge, of course, you're critical, punishing, unforgiving, and wall building. And to go deeper into this energy to understand it, you can look into Osiris and the white feather of Ma'at. I think it's M-A hyphen or quotation, hyphen, A-T, M-A-A-T. So you can look into that. Excuse me. So definitely, it's a great awareness that comes with here is to be thankful for both sides of your judge. The beautiful side of one where it can help you be an advocate for others, and it's this compassionate judge who wants to help, that first-time offender, help them through doing social service and giving them things that help grow them rather than punish them and just throw away the key, making them an example, right? But the darker side of our judge, which you have the lighter side and the darker side, the darker side of our judge is helpful for us too, because when we're judging others, it's a perfect mirror on how we can be aware of how we're judging ourselves, because everyone is just a mirror for us on the outside world. So how we're judging someone tells us something about ourselves. And so that is how we can grow through that great gratefulness for it. An example is like, so if you think of some sort of leader of a country, whether it's your own or another country, and you look at it and go, oh my God, that leader of like North Korea is a huge one that's always in the news, right? That dictator, oh my God, judge that person, right? But if you use that and turn that around and go, oh, how am I being a dictator in my own life? How am I trying to dictate my will and expectations on everyone else. Use that for growth. Use that mirror for growth, right? And then what we're going to do next, of course, we're going to see how you can grow more through this. And we're actually going to make this turkey out of these cards. And this is going to be the body of the turkey. These crystal medicine oracle are going to be the head of the turkey. And yeah, I know it's almost the same size, but I've been saying that it's all a perspective thing. Just imagine that the turkey's head is closer to you than the body. So it's all perspective. And by the end of this reading, you may not see a turkey, but in my mind's eye, I see one. So you don't have to see a turkey, or you can just humor me and go along with it. All right, Creator. Just finish shuffling these up. All right. So for our Sagittarians that chose turkey number 2, what would you like them to know? What medicine? I feel like it's this one right here. What medicine or what can you grow through this? Yep. Soul awakening. Perfect. And you have Machu. Is that? Yeah. It's medicine pouch. For some reason, from a distance, I thought it said Machu Picchu. So if that's for someone, then there you go. But you've got this medicine pouch as your medicine, and then this crystal here, the amethyst celestial, and it's card number 28. So I love that. 28 breaks down to a 10. So that's endings and new beginnings. So it's definitely resonant of growth, right? Because you're leaving things behind that no longer serve you and moving forward into those things that do. So I love that. So soul awakening, you have called this card into your awareness today as you've entered a very powerful and sacred time of awakening. Every cell in your body is being restructured and aligned to your soul's vibration. There's a stirring within you and a deep knowing that is coming to the surface. It's a very exciting time on Earth when people are waking from a deep sleep. It's a mass expansion of consciousness, and you are part of that awakening. At this time, you're able to access wisdom and gifts from past lifetimes. Your ancestors and the universal wisdom of all that is also available to you. This awakening is happening in your blood, in your bones, and your consciousness is expanding to a higher level of understanding. Have you been feeling a powerful energy and knowing stirring inside? Have you recently been aware of new healing gifts that you have to share? Are you feeling more aligned to your path? Have you had an expanded clarity of late and feel more confident in yourself? Have you been getting more confirmations in your life? These are all signs that you are expanding into a higher level of consciousness and awareness. You're connecting to a higher vibrational energy that will bring you many blessings and divine healing. There could be some growing pains with your awakening, such as headaches and a feeling of lethargy, while this energy integrates. You may even be letting go of some old emotions, knowing this is part of the process and a very powerful and sacred time of miracles, and that these symptoms will stop and you'll feel more alive than ever before and have a deep sense of inner peace. And I love that. If you're not experiencing that yet, then know that, as you have this gratitude around what your inner judge is showing you how you feel about yourself, that as you do that, you're releasing these judgments, and that does free you up. It moves the energy from one of being this critic, like we talked about, of this individual that is just punishing you and making you an example, right? You are, this is your punishment and this is what's going to happen. You deserve all this stuff that's happening to you. It's like this transformation where you feel this grace, you feel this beautiful release and this freedom, and that helps you awaken your soul. So gratitude for this is what grows this and expands this. Now, medicine pouch medicine, this medicine pouches have been utilized by healers and shamans from many ancient cultures, such as those of the Native Americans, the Aboriginals, Incas, and Mongolians. The pouch is a symbol of the shaman's power and personal medicine. It would be worn around the neck, hung in a sacred place within the house, or even placed on a personal altar. So the pouch holds herbs, stones, feathers, animal parts, and any other natural medicine the healer worked with. The medicine pouch was believed to have magical powers that healed people and would protect the shaman. So create your own medicine pouch to assist you in aligning with your own powerful soul medicine that is coming through at this time. And the amethyst celestial, which is what that crystal is there. So if you wonder what it looks like there, it assists with the profound awakening of your mind, your body, and your spirit, and also helps to heal any kind of addictive behaviors. It helps you remember the medicine of your soul. So if you're drawn to that, and you're into crystals, you don't have to actually purchase one for it to help you and impact you with its energy. If you just search for it online, then you can see a picture of it and read about it and see what resonates for you. Because when you do that and you put that intention into connecting with that crystal, you also get that energy and that assistance from it as well. All right. Next, we're going to pull some cards here from these Everyday Tarot. And these are going to be the feathers for the body of the turkey here. And we'll just see what else the creator wants you to know about this gratitude and this growth. So creator for our Sagittarians, that shows turkey number 2. Okay. What else? And what else? There. Okay. So you have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is about, it's like you're mastering something. You're putting in the work of it. Pentacles is the outside world. So, this is about your, it's like an apprentice that's working towards being the master of it. And you've been doing the work, you've been doing the hard work, you're taking the steps. And so this does show this forward progression, this movement within your awareness, within your education, your mentality, just this movement in your reflection of the outside world. And that makes sense with this judge here too. It's like you've been doing a lot of this inner work, over, time and time and time and time. And with this is like, you're reaching this mastery point of view, So you're really, it's sinking in, this mirroring that's been going on. You're having a lot of ahas that come because of this. So as you look on that reflection of the outside world, you get to, I don't want to say perfect yourself, because you're already perfect. The soul that you are, it's like you become aware of your perfection. You become aware of, these judgments that come from the outside world. And so this message that's coming all together right now, that they're like, here it is. Here's the message. It's when you look outside of yourself and define yourself by all these expectations and all these opinions, these popular opinions on how things are supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be, all these opinions on how you're supposed to feel about a situation. When you have all that happening and you have yourself under all these laws, all these conditional love laws, all these things that have to be completed and maintained and controlled in order for you to be lovable and acceptable. When all those are based out there in this world that is out of your control, then you feel unstable. You also, when you have yourself under these strict laws, you become God's little sheriff, and you're like, I'm going to make sure everyone else is obeying these things too. And that's that judge and that shadow side where you're just like, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. You should do this. You have to do this. You need to do this. Oh my God, right? You're like, you don't like it when people come to you and tell you how, you're not living up to their expectations. And so we, are doing that to others. And when you come to that beautiful conclusion that all that stuff is unstable and is untrue. Because when you connect to your soul, when you connect to your higher self, and you connect to the unconditional love of the Creator, unconditional, meaning not one condition, nothing you do to earn it, nothing you can do to lose it, because you have it all right now, unconditionally. When you start looking at that, you release yourself from all that pressure of all those conditions, all those outside laws of who you're supposed to be. And at the same time, you turn in your badge, your little sheriff badge, to the Creator and go, I don't think you need me to help deputize and police everyone in the world to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Instead, I'm just going to love myself and love others. And that's that soul awakening that happens. Yep. And then you have the High Priestess here. So High Priestess, she definitely is all about connecting to the unknown, connecting to the higher realms. It's all about your intuition, your gut. She retreats into her temple, uses her moon energy to connect to the higher realms. And this is exactly what they're wanting you to do here. This is exactly what happens as you, release all that judgment. It's kind of like this catch-22 that happens too, because you will, as you open up and intentionally connect with your soul, with the Creator, with Spirit, with your angels and spirit guides, and with your loved ones who are on the other side, as you intentionally do that, more love floods in, which strengthens your connection, which brings more in, which connects, strengthens, so it's continually this, it just reverberates and gets, your heart just opens up more and more and more. And I love that this is 28 and you've got number 2 and number 8 here. So I really feel like changing these to make it a 28. So they're like, connect here. This helps you perfect that, which helps you connect more here, which helps you perfect more that. And it just makes the world look more and more perfect, because as you realize that you are this being, this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love, and that you are perfect in the eyes of the Creator, when you fill up with that and it floods out to the world, you suddenly go, oh my gosh, look, the world looks perfect as well, because you see the world as you are, not as it is. So when you change inside, the world around you changes. Yep. And then you have the 10 of Pentacles. And so that is the perfection of the outside world. You feel complete, whole. And not only, this is like a legacy card, not only do you feel like whole and complete, it floods out to the world and it impacts not only you, but dogs and children and everyone else around you. And this is a beautiful message too with this tree of life, because for me, that's like the family tree. And so this gives you the strength and the ability to transform and break chains that have been passed from generation to generation, right? Within your own family tree. And then also because of how you're influencing others, you also help others heal those cycles. And you get to be the powerful ones that break that chain and that cycle, whether it's some sort of abuse that's happened from generation to generation, or some sort of belief, like it talked about bigotry and racism and different things like that. Also, it could be that you have this belief about, everyone always has been in the family business or a type of career. Like we all have been lawyers, we all have been doctors, we all go into the military, we're all police officers, we're all teachers, whatever it might be. This is like showing that you are also that one that goes, you know what, I don't want to. And because you're standing up, other people are going, oh my gosh, I don't want to do that either. And so you allow the space for people to be themselves, because you feel confident enough in who you are to do that as well. And again, 8 and 2 is 10, and you got a 10. Endings and new beginnings. And here's the Hermit card. And this is beautiful too, because this is about connecting and finding your higher self. This is your little spark, that's you inside. And the Hermit, in the darkness of times in this world, it's about doing that inner search and finding this higher power, this higher information. The hermit is the one that goes and finds all that knowledge. So this totally fits into here, especially when we talked about the high priestess, how she kind of retreats and goes into her temple to connect. This is a double message about stepping away from situations and stepping away from the chaos and the fear and any of those situations that are creating so much fearful noise in you. Getting away into nature or getting away from a situation so that you can connect higher, intentionally raising your vibration from a low vibration of fear to a higher vibration of unconditional love and peace and laughter and joy. And then you can hear more clearly. Yep. And then you have Page of Pentacles. So pages are messengers. So this is that you're going to be getting messages from the outside. So as you connect to your higher self, not only will you be getting your spiritual messages on the inside, like your emotional, intuitive messages, things just popping into your brain, old memories where they're touching different memories in your brain to bring them up to you. But this is that you're going to be getting messages from the outside world. So a lot of synchronicities, a lot of just multiple messages that you'll get, whether it's you'll see something on social media and get an email with some of the same message, overhear a conversation from someone else and it's exactly about those things. You're just going to be getting these overwhelming acknowledgments and answers from the outside of you. So pay attention to those. And the page is also it's like this childlike, fresh energy. If you go back to thinking of when you were a young child, before you had all the suppression and all those, all that judgment that was passed on to you, all that praise and punishment, all those expectations. You, as a child, just thought anything was possible. The world was an adventure. It's wide open. And going back to that feeling instead of as you got all these expectations and rules that made your life feel so thin and so, compressed and oppressed. This is that energy that comes back where you feel like anything is possible, and I'm letting go away those expectations, and instead of having things that have to happen like this, it just is again blasted wide open where there's all these possibilities, all these new ways of looking at things, and where there might have not seemed a way, you'll be shown different ways to do that. Whereas before it it has to happen this way, and you felt so hopeless because it's like 1 in a million shot. Now you have a million ways, so you have a million shots, right? And so it's this beautiful energy that unfolds with that. All right, and then lastly, we're going to pull 2 cards here from the Sacred Creators Oracle. And these are going to be the beak of the turkey. Be your final message from the Creator for this reading. All right, Creator, what's your final message for our Sagittarians that chose turkey number 2, please? Okay. So, overrate your intuition, which this actually came out in reading 1. So if you watched more than one, that's card number 2, which is the High Priestess. So definitely affirmation about connecting there. And then what does your soul say? Soul Awakening, card number 62. All right, so let's take a look at these here, and we'll do the overrate your intuition first. So yeah, definitely it says overrate your intuition every single time. This cheeky crystal ball is winking at you, babe. It's saying, you already know this answer. So quiet your mind and listen for the nudges of your soul. And what does your soul say? I love it. These totally work off. I mean, it just blends in with everything we've been talking about. I just love it. It is speaking to you, and it's time to pay attention to your gut reaction, your hunches, and your best guesses. When you tune into the language of metaphor and dreams, you'll notice the subtle signs that are continuously directing you. And your unconscious mind has some potent messages for you right now. So if you run into an old friend or make a serendipitous connection with someone, it is meant to be noticed, like external signs, right? If something feels untrue, it's meant to be noticed. There are no coincidences at this moment, and your intuition is a powerful tool that is becoming even stronger. Bask in the knowledge that whatever you do next will be exactly right for you, as long as you check in with your heart and decide what feels good and what feels off. If something feels right, you won't be disappointed by the experience it provides. And these cards do ask questions to help us get to the root of things, so I'll read that as well. It says, what are your personal indications that your intuition is speaking to you? How do you notice it, right? Where do you feel it in the body? What does a yes feel like? What does a no feel like? Can you think of a time that you chose not to trust your intuition and you learned how powerful it actually was as a result? So I love that. I already forgot the number there. This is number 62. Let's take a look at that one here. Perfect. So definitely a very, very strong message about intuition, connect to your soul, listen for the messages. I love it. So it says, your soul knows. It always does. Take some time to tune in and journal, meditate, listen, and translate. You already know what you want, so go for it. If you desire a specific future for yourself, it's because it's 100% possible for you to achieve it. Your desire is an indicator of what you can achieve when you set your heart and mind to it. It's time to go get that dangling carrot you've been dreaming about and to ask yourself why you've been hesitating. What's stopping you from building the life you crave? This card indicates success at the end of a long journey. Yeah! Take what everyone else wants out of the equation, because this is all about what you want. Right now, you need to be a little bit greedy, a little bit egocentric, more than a tiny bit focused on your needs. It's okay. You spend so much time focused on everyone else, judging them, right? That you may need to tune it all out for a few hours in order to really tune into yourself. When you listen to the whispers of your beautiful soul, what does it say to your heart? Love it. And the questions for this one are you focusing on the positive and what you have, or are you focusing on what you don't have? Are you busy with hard work, or are you doing easy work that you love? Are you running away from a life you don't want, or are you running toward the dream that you do want? What's your primary motivation? What say you, soul? I love it. Love it. I don't think there's anything I can add to that. I mean, it's very much a very strong message. Be grateful for the mirrors that have showed you how you feel about yourself, and continually will show you how you feel about yourself until you see it. Continue to use that as a tuning tool to help you tune into your higher self. Take a step away from all that noise, connect to your higher self, because your soul definitely has something to say to your heart. All right, well, I'm going to leave it there. I also like to let you know that in addition to these readings, I do monthly readings by zodiac sign. I also do weekly readings by the zodiac elements, like fire signs, air signs, etc. New moon readings, full moon readings, a variety of different readings throughout the month. So if you want to stay in tune with those and see what messages and energy come for you, if you haven't done so already, just click the subscribe button down below, and that's going to make this little notification bell pop up. And if you click on that, then you'll get notified when those other readings come out. So easy breezy. All right. Well, just know that I love you very, very much, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. But until then, you take care. All right, my Sagittarians, if you chose reading number 3, which is Turkey number 3, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Wild Unknown archetype. And this is going to be what the Creator wants you to know about gratitude, like what you could be grateful for, and then we'll look into what will grow from that gratitude. All right, Creator, for our Sagittarians that chose Turkey number 3, what would you like them to know about gratitude or what they could be grateful for? Okay, I feel like this is the one right here. And you've got the ring. Like that there. I'll put that here. And then let's take a look and see what energy comes with this card. And we can see what gratitude is reflected here. So you got the infinite, the wheel, the connection. So this ring is an image of connectedness. Rather than viewing life as linear, as a series of progressive achievements, the ring challenges us to sense the cyclical, infinite nature of our world and experiences. Beginnings and endings fall by the wayside as we practice seeing ourselves as part of the cosmic circularity of creation. For this reason, it's no surprise that a ring is worn on the finger to represent eternal love that surpasses space, time, and worldly things. So much can be projected onto this archetypal image because it mimics the Earth's orbit around our great sun and the intimate bond between two lovers. It's the micro and the macro united. So this card calls us to deepen connection with self, other, and the world at large. Meanwhile, there may be a literal ring waiting to adorn your finger. And it says, study images of the mandala, the unus mundus, it's U-N-U-S, and then M-U-N-D-U-S. The Ouroboros, I probably murdered that, it's O-U-R-O-B-O-R-O-S, and the medicine wheel. Take stock of the jewels you adorn yourself with. Watch out for rings you wear out of habit that keep you connected to the old you. Oh, wow. Love that. Because when you're in the light side of this energy, you are connected to connectedness. You have humility. You see and are in these sacred cycles. When you're in the darker energy of this, then you have unconscious repetition and you're starving for true connection. To go deeper into this energy, you can look into Rilke. It's R-I-L-K-E. Their work is I live my life in widening circles. So I love this. And definitely, so the gratitude that we have for this is your ability, be grateful for your ability to connect to higher realms, to connect outside of yourself. You know, there are experiences that we've had when we've tried to connect to others that didn't turn out the way that we thought they should turn out, but they always turn out perfectly, always showing us how we feel about ourselves. But this, I really feel, is not so much about the earthly connections, but this is about this cosmic connection we have where we can connect to, you know, the other side, connecting to the Creator, connecting to those higher realms. Because what I'm really feeling is that our physical connections we have with others is reflective on what we feel, how we can connect with the Creator. So, you know, if we feel limited and disappointed in the experiences we have, we might feel that same way about our relationship with the Creator, with Spirit, with our angels, with our spirit guides, with loved ones who walked upon this earth and have passed. And so there's this gratitude that we are still able to connect in such deeper levels and higher levels. It's not like it's a done deal where we've burned bridges where we can't heal our connection to the other side or others. So I kind of feel like this, and of course this is general reading, so it's not for everyone, but there's like this anger towards, God, about things that have happened in your life. And you feel like, the Creator won't forgive me because of how I felt about them. Or there's individuals that you walk upon this earth and their life ended, and you feel like you have unresolved emotions with them. You can still connect with them on the other side, and to resolve those, to ask for forgiveness if that's what you're wanting to do because of something that happened, or you felt that they really wronged you and you want to give them a piece of your mind. They're not that same person anymore, of course. Once we leave our physical bodies, we are these beings of supernatural, eternal, powerful spirit beings made of unconditional love, right? But they still, because they love you so much, they're like, yeah, let me have it. It's not going to hurt them because they are full of unconditional love. So you can vent out what you need to them. And the Creator too. The Creator's like, yeah, if you need to yell at me, get it out. Let's talk. Let it start there. But so gratitude about your ability to connect. I love it. Now we're going to be building a turkey out of cards. This is going to be the body of the turkey. And then this is going to be the head of the turkey, these crystal medicine oracle. And yeah, I know it's almost the same size, but just think of it as a perspective thing. The head is closer to you than the body, so that's why it appears almost the same size. It's all about perspective. And I know the turkey may not look like a turkey by the end to you, but in my mind, it's going to be a turkey. So just humor me if you want. All right, Creator. So for our Sagittarians that chose turkey number 3, what medicine do you want them to know? What do you want them to know what can grow from this gratitude about connectedness? Okay, like this is the one right here. You've got retreat, and you've got mountain energy, and also green calcite crystal energy here, and you got number 24. But I love the number 24 because not only is it like numerology, I believe it's like the parent card or the mother card, but also the 6. What I'm seeing is like the 6 of cups in the tarot, which is all about looking back over the past and the emotions and the memories and the things that you've experienced. So I really feel like there's this healing that comes in from this. But let's see what the Creator wants you to know. What can grow from this gratitude about this connection? And it says you've attracted this card into your awareness today, as now is the time to retreat. In the fast-paced world in which we live in, it's easy to find yourself burnt out and experiencing mountains of stress, which can cause overload, exhaustion, anxiety, and depression. It's extremely important not to get caught up in the intensity of it all and to take a step back and retreat. When you can give yourself the time to stop, breathe, and be still, the opportunity will arise to rejuvenate your mind, your body, and spirit on a deep level. Are you burning the candle at both ends? Is the stress piling up in your life and making you feel overwhelmed? Are you burnt out and exhausted? Have you been wanting to go on that long-awaited holiday but never have the time? Whatever your circumstances, this card is highlighting how important it is for you to retreat. It's time to fill your cup up again, recharge your batteries, and create some sacred time for you to ground and center yourself. Do whatever is required to allow yourself to feel vibrant and alive, allowing the life force energy to flow freely through you once again and leaving you inspired and motivated to take on the world. Like a mountain, it's time to be in the stillness and receive the nurturing medicine of your soul in this time of rest. Yeah, so I really feel like with this gratitude of this connection, it's like you're able to take this piece, you're able to have both the spark and the intention to step away from things and to get in silence and quietness, to where you can, kind of like this mountaintop experience where you go away into nature, you get away from it all, you go to this higher place where you see things from a whole different perspective, but you're able to connect then. You truly are able to connect and move away from this stress and this anxiety, these old emotions that you've been feeling about situations and things, like that Six of Cups. And I love how so your cup can be filled up with new energy, with new unconditional love, instead of all that fear-based emotions that you have been feeling, all the anxiety and depression and sadness and betrayal and resentment and all those lovely fear emotions you came here to experience, but you're ready for something new. The mountain medicine, there are hundreds of mountains on earth, and each has its own energy or spirit. They're keepers of the land and hold within them the memories of ancient times. And when you take the time to be still and connect, right, you can feel their presence. The energy of the mountains is strong and sacred and can feed the soul when you allow yourself to be still enough to receive their medicine. Mountains have always been regarded as sacred beings and looked at as a symbol of the heavens, as they are close to the God source. Some Peruvian cultures believe that mountains once walked on the earth, and when you look closely at them, you can see faces in the rocks. Mountains certainly have a presence about them, and there's no doubt they emit a strong energy. So it's time for you to be your own mountain, to be still and reconnect. Can't make it up. It says it right there. Be still and reconnect. And then the green calcite assists you in relaxation. It soothes the mind, body, and spirit, and also nurtures the heart. So if you want to look into green calcite, you don't have to purchase a stone or a crystal, but if you search for it online and just see pictures of it and look into it to see what resonates with you, like what properties it brings and all that, just doing that will help you connect to that energy, and it allows it to help you on your journey. So I love it. Next, we're going to pull some everyday tarot, and we're just going to see what else the Creator wants you to know about this gratitude and connecting, what you can grow from this. And these are going to be the feathers for the turkey's body. So Creator, for our Sagittarians that chose turkey number 3, what else would you like them to know about this gratitude and growth? Okay, that one and that one, and these two and this one. Yep. So connect to the tree. Hanged Man is all about, seeing things from a different perspective, moving beyond the norm. You can see the glow around his head. So it is about connecting to the higher places, so that you can see your entire, life from a different perspective, or see a situation from a different perspective. And like we talked about, going to the mountaintop so you can see things from that higher point of view. It's just saying, yes, that's what we're talking about. So it could be physically going to mountains, if you have them near you and you want to get away, get up into the mountains, see things from that different perspective, get into nature and quiet all that noise. And then you have the Strength card here, which is all about finding your inner strength. And I love this for you because this represents connecting to your higher self. The lion in the picture represents our human side that walks upon the earth. It's the being that reacts out of fight or flight. It is our feet upon the earth as we walk. And then, when the lion is told that, it has this hunger, it has this thirst, and it's told to look outside of itself for what will make it fill its belly and quench its thirst. And so it goes, okay, and it goes out there and it eats and it becomes hungrier. It drinks and it becomes thirstier, and then it starts, as my stomach growls, it's funny, my stomach's growling, and it's like, it's hungry, and it gets hangry, it's hungry, angry, it's going through the jungle roaring because it's so upset. And then you see the infinity symbol here. This is our infinite self. And she is made, that's that being I was talking about, supernatural, eternal, powerful spirit being made of unconditional love. And it hears the lion part of us down here roaring. And so it comes down. And it doesn't come down to slay the lion. It doesn't kill the ego. It doesn't kill our shadow. It doesn't put it in a cage. It doesn't try to suppress it with a whip and a chair. Because what our little lion is really hungry for is the unconditional love of the Creator on the other side. It's searching for that. And we are it. And so we come down and we give the lion a hug and give it its love and give it what it has been searching for all along. And then it transforms from this roaring lion in the jungle to this purring little lion cub sitting in the lap of our higher self, feeling loved and feeling whole and complete and safe for the first time in its life. So that is this retreat. That is this stepping away and connecting to your higher self. And that is what comes with that connection to the higher self, which connects us to that whole sea of love that's on the other side. All these beings of unconditional love and light on the other side, the Creator, Spirit, our, guardian angels and spirit guides, our loved ones, like I said, who've gone to the other side, our ancestors, unicorns, fairies, whatever you believe in these being these beings of unconditional love and light, that's your connection up into all that as well. Yep, wands. So you got the Page of Wands. Wands is your spark, your drive, your ambition, your aha inspiration, and it's your spiritual energy. So I'm not surprised you got the Page of Wands, because this means you're getting messages from Spirit, because pages are messengers. So you do get these messages of Spirit as you connect with this higher point of view. I mean, this definitely, if I had any doubt if this was a physical connection or cosmic connection, this is all telling me it's definitely about you connecting to the higher realms. And this also has this beautiful energy that comes in, with all that, because as you connect with this beautiful love energy, the pages are also like children. And if you ever spend time around like 2-year-olds and you're like, oh my God, if I could just, bottle that energy up, I'd be a millionaire, because they have so much energy and they have so much just drive and so much energy about this adventure in life, and they're so curious and so excited. And that's the energy that comes back in when you become that little lion cub in the lap of your higher self, because you have all this energy now, not investing all this energy in the external world, trying to get all this stuff that doesn't quench your thirst, that doesn't fill your stomach. All that energy you've been investing comes back to you, and you get to direct it and pinpoint it with where you want to direct it in your life instead. And then you have the Queen of Swords, beautiful, divine, feminine energy. The swords are your mind, your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindset, your attitudes, your expectations. But it's beautiful because she's the divine feminine, toward the end of the deck. And she has this Ace of Swords, which brings the capital T truths as you connect to your higher self, and it allows you to cut away the small t truths, those expectations, those should be's, needs to, have to be's that you were told to search for in the outer world. The lion that was told, that's where you get all that stuff. You get to use that powerful sword to cut away those thoughts and those beliefs that no longer serve you. They served you because you did want to feel like what it might feel like to be hungry. And now you don't need to. So that's bringing those changes. And you can see that she has her palm held outward, which means she's clearing things away from her mind, and she's open-minded and being able to receive those messages. She also sits on a throne of cup, which that's the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups, cups are our emotions, but it's also the Holy Grail. It's the chalice. And it is what's in that is the unconditional love of the creator of all things. So the love we're talking about, she sits upon there. So that love is what calms our mind and it balances us. It helps us get out of our anxiety-filled mind, that has all those expectations and all those fears of disappointing everyone and being unlovable. And it allows you to, like we said, embrace these new beliefs, these new thoughts that are of a higher place, that's more in alignment of who you really are. And then you have the Seven of Pentacles. Pentacles is your outside world. And this shows that there's some blossoms that are happening on the trees. And so the seeds that you have planted in your life, this, unfolds. And things are growing, but it's about patience and that it takes time for things to unfold. So keep doing the work. There's a Zen saying that comes to my mind when I get this card sometimes, which is chop wood, carry water, keep doing the things, keep going along, because you're doing a lot of inner work and inner connection. And then that is what happens first, because your life changes from the inside out. So the outside world will eventually, you'll see that stuff, because you don't see the world as it is, you see the world as you are. So when you're this hangry lion, you see the world as this hangry place. But as you get that love flowing within, and you're feeling whole and complete, it transforms the way that you see the world. All right. And then lastly, the last two cards we're going to pull here are from the Sacred Creators Oracle. And these are going to be the beak for the turkey here. It'll be the last message for this reading for you as well. So we'll see what else the Creator wants you to know about this. Gratitude for your ability to connect to the higher realms. And then, this growth that happens from it, this awareness. I love it. All right, Creator. So for our Sagittarians, that shows turkey. Okay, it's these two right here. Turkey number 3. What's your final messages here? Light in the unexpected, and that's card number 16. And you are epic. Love it. Card number 4. So definitely, yeah, the black and white. This is your shadow self and your higher self. You definitely came here to experience. That's what I love. And even though with this light and the unexpected, our human self, a lot of times in spirituality, we're taught, like in the strength card, it's like, you must go down and kill your ego. It's like, no, it's a piece of me, and I want to give it what it's hungry for, which is unconditional love. And I have what it needs to give. And that's that beautiful blend that happens then. And you get to walk and experience the world in a whole different new way, instead of this battle with this lion, which is you. It can't be killed, but it's like this eternal battle between our spiritual side and our shadow self. When we embrace it and realize it's a part of us, and it was the brave part of ourself to separate. It's like, if this is us and we want to experience what we are, but we're all this bright yellow, so we're like, well, I don't know what yellow is, because I've only experienced yellow. Then a piece of ourself breaks off, and when we're this shadow piece, we suddenly understand. When we're here, looking back here, we're like, oh, that's my brightness, that's my light. So in experiencing the opposite of what we are, we understand more fully who we really are. And so it's a part of us, and eventually it moves back into us, right? So I love that, especially the light in the unexpected. There's light in our shadow, because it is us, right? So it says, sometimes unexpected is emerging quickly. This type of sudden change can be exhilarating, yet it can also feel like things have gotten way out of control when parts of our regularly scheduled reality begin to crumble. While the future will be unpredictable during this upheaval, know that the universe is holding you close and that this change will expose a handful of opportunities that you can't see just yet. What shimmers beneath the rubble? Love, light, meaning, happiness. They're all hidden in your current situation. So allow them to flood into your life by actively searching for the meaning in the madness. You will see that this is exactly what you've been preparing for. It's during challenging times that your star stuff can truly shine. So take a deep breath and seek the light in the darkness. There's so much of it there to work with. I love it. And these come with questions, and so that help you understand and dig in a little more into that energy. It says, is there something about your life today that you've been looking at all wrong? What fractured and what's working? And which pieces are worth keeping? What exponential growth and transformation is available to you? What light in the unexpected is staring back at you with its silver lining? And here you are. You are epic. You are looking back at yourself. That's card number 4. It says, your epic life. Can you see it yet? It's just over the horizon. And you are at a point where you have the wisdom and the experience to make it happen. Your stamina and hard work are paying off, and you're being called to bring order from any chaos you've been experiencing. It's time to take the leadership role at the helm of your life and navigate confidently into areas that you haven't explored yet. You are ready to handle it. Be strategic as you plan your route, and as you build your future, know that your guides and angels are supporting the evolution of this dream. The universe is offering you a chance to steer toward the epic success you've been imagining, so trust in the foundation that you're building. An empire of light and love surrounds you. You're never alone, so don't allow the opportunity to be befuddled by doubt, frustration, or fear. Dig in with determination and head into a new phase of prosperity and growth. The seed of life on this card is bursting open and showing you the way. What seeds did you plant that have yet to bloom? Like the 7 of Pentacles, right? What gifts are on the way? What do you need to let go of in order to open the gates of your epic life? Doubt? Fear? Shame? A shoulda, woulda, coulda? What needs to happen so that you're able to receive the epic success that the universe is offering? Yep. Connect. Definitely a huge message of step away from all the chaos and the loudness, all those expectations and supposed to be's and should be's, all that stress, and step away, connect to your higher self, and see your life from a whole different perspective. I love it, love it, love it. All right, I'm going to end the reading there. I just want to let you know, too, that in addition to these readings, I do monthly zodiac readings. I do weekly by zodiac sign element, like, fire signs, water signs, etc. New moon, full moon readings, just a variety of different readings throughout the month. So if you want to stay connected with that energy and with messages from above, if you haven't done so already, just click the subscribe button down below, and then that will make this little notification bell pop up. And if you click on that, then you'll get notified when those new videos come out. So easy breezy. All right. Well, know that I also love you dearly. And I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. But until then, you take care.